Hello, and thanks for tuning in to our review video for How to Eat a Peach, Menus, Stories, and Recipes by Diana Henry, a 2018 publication of Mitchell Beasley. I'm Matt from Kitchen Arts and Letters Bookstore in New York. Since 1983, we've been helping the very best books on food and drink stand out from the crowd. How to Eat a Peach is a beautiful book, beautifully photographed and beautifully written, full of very appealing food. If you've fallen for any of Diana Henry's earlier books, like Simple or Roast Figs, Sugar Snow, you'll know that she has an almost magical instinct for knowing when to stick with a classic version of a dish or when to make the slightest change to freshen it up. That talent is on full display in How to Eat a Peach. Now, I have to confess, when Diana first mentioned this book to me, it was in October 2016 at our 92nd Street Y event for the publication of Simple, I wasn't enthusiastic. In fact, I felt guilty for not being enthusiastic because Diana so clearly was. But I have a resistance to menu cookbooks, and this is definitely a menu cookbook. Most of the time, when I go thumbing through cookbooks, it's because I'm looking for something like a vegetable recipe or dessert. I might be grateful if the author mentions that the asparagus goes really nicely with a roast chicken, but I'm not looking for a full menu. I usually start out knowing most of what I want to serve, maybe because of the season, or because it's a special occasion, or a certain person is coming to dinner. So my recipe hunts work best when I can find dishes grouped by course or by ingredient. But whatever strong ideas I have about putting a menu together, Diana Henry has in superpower mode. As a teenager, she started keeping a menu notebook in which she wrote down meals that she imagined. And now, as a food writer for all kinds of major British food media and as a James Beard Award winner, when she has envisioned a menu that she's fully happy with, she chooses her dinner guests accordingly. This is my long way of saying that these menus all make a kind of coherent sense that goes way beyond the usual, here's a 4th of July menu with lots of red and white and blue food. And what gives them their coherence is some of the most lovely and thoughtful writing that I've read in a long time. I suspect that Diana Henry has always been a very gifted and beautiful writer, but the attractiveness of the food in her earlier books made that less relevant and less obvious in a way. How to Eat a Peach is such a personal book that the writing is really inseparable from the menus and thus from the recipes. And now another confession. I am actively hostile to books in which the author's efforts to explain the fabulous nature of his or her lifestyle lead to lots of name-dropping. I recently buried on a deep shelf a book in which a conversation with a TV star, a mention of a Tony New York salon, and the name of one of the country's great restaurants were hurled off the page like shot puts. How to Eat a Peach is not about the glories of Diana Henry's life. It's about the food she ate working through a broken heart, about eating at a nameless diner in New York City, about the weekend lunches for friends that she's learned to serve that don't require her to get up at 6 a.m. and wear herself out to the point that she's ready for a nap when everyone else arrives. So in short, this is a book of practical enchantments. It's a book about simple ways to create memorable meals for your friends and family, and it's a book that you can fully enjoy without ever cooking a single recipe from.